Good morning, everybody, and distinguished, respected senior officials sitting in a dais. It's very good to be back in Finland. Why I'm telling back in Finland? Because last year, four of us sitting next to this room and developing, standardizing the JEE process and how to streamline the process and make it uniform all over the world. So I'm equally excited to be back with our colleague who joined hand in hand to develop the joint external evaluation tool and the process. So briefly, I will take on how the JEE evolved and also the international health regulation and its monitoring and evaluation framework. So as you know that in 2005, revised international health regulation was adopted, and since 2007, June 15, it has been implemented. And every year since 2010 onwards, state parties, member states, were reporting to WHO under the Article 54 to report in the World Health Assembly. I have a good news. Over the period since 2010 till 2016, out of 196 countries, 195 countries have reported at least once, in an average of 70% of the countries reporting every year. So we have only one country who have not reported. I'm not going to name that country, but the good thing is there is a culture developed of self-reporting by the country, and they want to continue on it. However, there are some limitations of the self-evaluation, and IHR Review Committee recommendation on the second extension, as well as the Ebola IHR Review Committee has recommended that not to work only on the self-assessment, but also look at the other process of evaluation. So like external evaluation, peer-to-peer evaluation, after-action reviews, and exercise. Based on that, in 2015, we developed the concept of IHR Monitoring Evaluation Framework, comprising of four components: annual reporting, joint external evaluation, after-action review, and the exercises. This concept note was shared in every regional committees, and all regions endorse it and to move forward. Based on that, IHR Monitoring Evaluation Framework was developed. One of the components which got more attention is the joint external evaluation. So 2015, along with the partners, we worked together and developed the JEE tool, which was launched in February 2016. And Tanzania is the first country who did the first JEE, and Ethiopia and Pakistan. And so far, we have 33 countries which have already done the JEE. So Finland is the 34th country to do the JEE at this stage. So these are the four components based on the principle of transparency. So the example is we are publishing the reports. Member states are open to publish the report. I usually call it's a paradigm shift by the member states where countries were reluctant to have the external evaluation, but now they are requesting for the external evaluation as well as publishing the report. It depends on the mutual accountability, trust building among the member states, within the ministries, within the government. It appreciates on the public health benefits, carries continuous dialogue across the sectors, across the government, and across the country, and we want this as a sustainable approach. So this evaluation, based on the IHR Monitoring Evaluation Framework, it evolves around the process improvement approach. As you all know, we identify the gaps, we try to improve it, we manage it, and we regularly monitor it. So we need to have a mechanism that continuously we monitor and evaluate and continuously improve our process or the system. So this all IHR Monitoring Evaluation Framework lies on the process improvement approach. So let me go briefly on the overview of the JEE tool. As I mentioned earlier, that started since 2000. We actually published on February 22nd, 2016. It has 19 technical areas divided into the 4 groups: prevent, detect, response, other hazards. It evaluates the international health capacities for the health security to prevent, detect, and rapidly respond to public health threats, whether occurring naturally or due to deliberate or accidental use. This can be used for internal self-evaluation, and a number of countries have already used it to develop their national action plan by doing only self-evaluations. So since then, as I mentioned, we have already evaluated 33 countries, and more countries are in pipeline. The core elements is to preventing and reducing the likelihoods of the outbreaks, detecting threats early to save lives, and rapid and effective response for all IHR-related hazards, not only biological, but also chemical, radiation, and food-related events as well. The use of the tool specifically helps on determining the baseline capacity, including gaps and needs, inform the development of the implementation plan. Now the momentum has already started that following JEE countries have already started developing the country a national action plan for health security. Measure progress on work implemented across the IHR core capacities and highlights the gaps and needs for current and prospective donors. It applies to more on the low and middle income countries. However, this is the momentum it's moving onwards. So just many of you are very aware of the process, but just want to bring the highlight here. It's a different kind of evaluation because it's a voluntary and it's characterized by openness and transparency, peer-to-peer review, and fully collaborative process, includes multi-sectorality. We will be seeing all the sectors involved for the health security during this week also. We have a field visits to support and inform technical area discussions, integrates and support findings from other assessment. We have a big file with the self-assessment, and I often says that the JEE evaluation, the good JEE evaluation depends on the good self-evaluation report also. The countries who have done sound self-evaluation have a very good joint external evaluation also. Focus is on the development of priority actions, and as you know, we will be coming up with at least 3 to 5 priority actions, but we will not go more than 5. If there needs to be, then it will be incorporated as areas needs to be strengthened. Final report generally presented to host country, and we would like to have published very soon because it has to go some editorial process and clearance. But recently we have decided that executive summary and score will be published as soon as it is presented. So we will try to set example of publishing executive summary from the Finland also. And it engages broad donor and international support is on a common platform. As I mentioned, the final report will have a scores, strengths, areas which need strengthening, and top 3 to 5 priority actions. And evaluation results are now mostly published in WHO website, and it's open to all public. Based on this evaluation, we have a lot of encouraging statements. One is last World Health Assembly, government of Pakistan encouraging all the countries to go through the evaluation process. So this drives the momentum across the world to go for the joint external evaluation. The evaluation process has also been a learning experience for peers, for ourselves, for WHO, for international agencies, and partners. I have already mentioned 33 countries have already completed, and two countries have already done their national action plan. And then 8 countries are developing the national action plan, which we have the date. It is standard JEE practice to have all evaluation reports publicly available in the website. So this is the map, which looks beautiful, with 33 countries already done and 29 in pipeline. There are countries who have expressed for the evaluation, but not had set the date, so we have not put them here in this slide. And most of you get this update every Friday. WHO sends out the weekly update of JEE mission as well as country planning missions every Friday. Just to give you a few examples, the impact of the JEE, I usually like the one from one of the province of in Pakistan, Balochistan, where the Provincial Director General of Animal Health said that this is fantastic process. We are sitting first time together, and he did one immediate action that we have a lot of veterinarians From next day, I'm sending 2 veterinarians to the provincial health office. And actually, he did it also. So now they have the veterinarian sitting in the provincial health office already. So this is one of the good example. Another example we heard in US JEE mission with animal health colleagues and Ministry of Health colleagues referring that we thought that our coordination across sector was very good, but then we realized when doing the self-evaluation, there are a lot of areas we can improve. So this is the example and impact of the external evaluation and the self-evaluation and entire process. So this is just a summary of the presentation, may not apply directly for Finland, but one thing is this, there are a number of queries from a lot of low-income and middle-income countries, why the evaluation is only for low-income, why not for high-income? And US and Finland has set another example doing this one, which will motivate other countries to do. It's not only for low-income countries, but also for the high-income countries. This evaluation and the development of the plan, which will bring together for the technical support, the funding support, and the guidance from the partners, from the international agencies and peer-to-peer countries, overall to strengthen IHR capacity for the health security. A lot of work has been done in 2016 in order to standardize this process, and we collectively have a lot of supporting materials and guidance document. You can see those lists there. Some are published, some are drafts, some are about to publish, and these are available in the WHO website. To make the things easy for the subject matter experts, we have online orientation package also, which generates certificate also, as well as we conducted 2 team lead trainings. So the one who participated the team lead training will be leading this JEE mission. So that's all. If you have any questions, we are happy to take during the week. Thank you.